Well, good morning, one and all. It is a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning, and we're back up here at the 1860 house. And as you can see, I got the Master of Disaster, Low Tide Tim, today. We're going to see if we can't find a little silver or a little something. It's not bad weather-wise. It's a little brisk, but it's going to be up in the mid to upper 60s. The sun's out, so we're going to have a good time, maybe find some goodies. Tim's going to be using his Equinox 800. I'm going to start out using my Amphibio. And we're going to get started here while we're getting suited up. There'll be your tech tip from Myers Metal Detectors. And I think that the tech tip today is on different size coils and their usages. So while we get suited up, here's Phil, and we'll see you on our first target.
Hey folks, Phil Myers here from Myers Metal Detectors, located in sunny Tampa, Florida. In today's video, I'm going to talk about ground balancing. And I'm going to explain to you what that is used for so you understand it. Now, if your detector has a ground balance function in it, and you're in any area where mineralized soil, you better ground balance. Because what that does is it tells your detector, it reads the ground and gives your detector a baseline. It tells you, because all ground has a signature, and it tells your detector what type of ground you're on and gives you that baseline signature, so the detector knows that, hey, that is the ground, it's not a target. So like, I guess you could figure it subtracts the ground away so you can see the targets there. And this is really important when your ground is mineralized. Here in Florida, and on our, like I'm in Tampa area, our ground is pretty neutral. It's, you know, it's mostly sand, there's no mineralization. Now where we do have some difficulties is when you get on the salt. That's the same thing, that's mineralized. And if you have a Garrett or a White's detector, you had better ground balance it to where you're detecting at. If you get down on the wet sand, you better ground balance it to that. You go back to the dry sand, you better go ahead and re-ground balance it to the dry sand. It's extremely important in those areas. Now, if you have a Whites, do the same thing. Now, if you got the Minelab Equinox and you're hunting in the beach program, do not worry about ground balancing it. Do noise cancel the detector, and that's first when you first start up. But don't worry about ground balancing. I talked with the engineers from Minelab when they were here a year ago, and they said don't worry about ground balancing it in that beach program. So remember that if your detector has a ground balance function like the AT Max or the AT Pro or the Simplex or the NACA Macro products or White's products, and it has a ground balance function, you know, your V3i, VX3, make sure you go ahead and ground balance it. That way you're going to get maximum depth. Yeah, you can, you know, I have a lot of people say, oh, I never ground balance it, I just turn it and go. Well, yeah, you can do that, but if you want to get maximum depth for your targets, you have to tell your detector, hey, this is the ground we're on, and the way you do that is by ground balancing. If you have any questions on your detector or anything metal detector related, give me an email, flphil@me.com. And of course, you can call me 813-237-1939. Thank you. Happy hunting.
Well, here's our first target today. We've been here maybe 15 minutes, and it's a memorial penny. But I'll take it, because the Amphibio picked that sucker out. There's a bunch of trash in the hole, and the Amphibio picked it out. So that's what we got. We got us a memorial penny. And over there's the Master of Disaster, Low Tide Tim. He's looking at something. I don't know what he's come up with, but he's got something. So maybe we ought to go over there and investigate him. Hold on, let's go over. That's something he's studying pretty hard here.
Not quite sure what that is.
Interesting. Looks like a little part of a bobble or something, doesn't it?
Yep.
Very interesting.
Yeah, if we can only find the rest of it.
That's right. Well, we will. You will. So, it's a pretty good start to the day. It's warming up nice. It's beautiful. The ground's easy to dig. We had a little rain the other day, so the signals are really popping. Did you find that, Tim?
Absolutely. I did find a copper penny.
Just found a memorial.
Yeah.
But it was in with a bunch of other trash, a couple nails and stuff, so we're not doing too bad, and we'll bring you back in when we find something. Well, here we go. Nice strong 77 to 79 both ways. I think it's probably a penny. Down about 7 inches, so it could be a good wheat or something. So let's dig it up and I'll bring you back in when I find it. Well, let's see here. Hopefully the camera is centered good. It's okay, down a little deep. It's at about 7 inches. So may not quite be that deep, but it's deep. Let's see. That's in our hot little hand here. That's a piece of junk, I think. Now there it is. It's a penny. Let's see. That's another memorial, I think. I believe it is, yeah. Yep, another memorial penny. That's all right, we'll take it. I'll be back. Uh-oh, looks like Low Tide Tim is armed and dangerous.
Armed only halfway.
Halfway armed. Does it say anything on it?
Gotta have my glasses on. I don't know. No, see nothing.
I thought maybe it'd say a Hopalong Cassidy or something.
Texan.
Texan?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's pretty sharp, Tim. That's the first good find of the day.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very nice. Low Tide Tim is on the board. Watch it now, for sure. Could be some silver coming his way.
That would be nice.
We'll see. We'll be back. Well, folks, here's my find. It's a broke-off nutcracker. And they haven't made them for quite a while, I don't think. It could be an oldie, but it rang up about 83, and there was in some bunch of other junk nails, but it's got a real nice design on it. I don't know that they ever made them silver or anything, but it's you know, it's not too bad a shape, so it's pretty interesting anyway. I like it. So let's go on and see what else we can come up with. Well, here we are, folks. We got a nice little brass water spout. That'll go in the old brass bin. Sell that. It's heavy. Rang up about 92, just clear as bell on the Amphibio. And Tim ran his Equinox over it, and it was at 29.30. So it's gonna be heavy. It's a good thing the car ain't far. Alrighty, let's get back at it and we'll bring you back in. Well, we got some kind of a lid. It's got some kind of writing on it, but I can't see what it says. Can't make it out. Maybe y'all can. I'll have to get it cleaned up real good, and let's see if we can find out what it says. It's a tin of something, I'm sure, but it wasn't down too far in the hole. So anyways, I don't know where Low Tide Tim is. He's back over in that way somewhere. Don't know what he's finding. We hadn't found too much, just memorial pennies, which is puzzling to me. There he is, right back in there. But there should be, I mean, there has just got to be some silver in here, even some older wheats, but we're just not hitting them. So I think we're off in this direction here now is where we're going to hunt, and that may be some of the older ground where, you know, we'll maybe have a little bit of luck. But I'll bring you back in when we find something. Well, the first target after lunch is a Rosie. It's clad, it ain't silver, but it's something. So let's go on. Well, here we go. We got us a quarter. It was down maybe 3 inches or so. So it's a clad quarter. I can't really tell the date on it, but it's a claddie. So let's go on. Well, we got us a quarter, and I think it is a, I think it's an 85. If not, it's a 65, and I missed it by 1 year. But at any rate, this guy got 2 quarters and a dime here after lunch. So we're finding something besides memorial pennies anyway. So I don't know, I don't see Low Tide Tim. He's down that way somewhere. I don't know what he's finding, or if he's finding, we don't know. But I got 2 quarters and a dime, so that's better than what we did all morning. So I'll see you on the next target. Low Tide Tim had a real good find out in there. It is a Florida motor vehicle title. It says plate something, certificate plate or whatever. I can't find a date on it, but that's fairly old. We'll research that a little bit and see what we come up with, but that's pretty old. So we're finding a few things. So
Anybody know anything about it? Leave a comment.
that's right, leave us a comment, help us out. You know, we're old. So we'll be back as soon as we find some more targets. Well, here we go. We just got us a Rosie. So we're finding a few coins and a few artifacts today. It's not no barn burner day by any stretch of the imagination. We still haven't stumbled onto any of the old coins, which have got to be here. So we will keep on looking, and we'll bring you back in when we find another target. Well, what do you know? We got our first wheat scent. What do you know? Thank you, Jesus. Let's see if we can see. I can't tell you what model it is. Maybe you can see it. It's not in the cards for me to see it, but it is a wheat penny for sure, and that's a first for the day. So I think I'm one up in for Wheatie King today. Onward and upward. Well, we got us another claddie Rosie. I don't know what Low Tide Tim is doing over there. Wonder what he's finding. I don't know, he's been down half a dozen times, so I don't know what he's finding. But he ain't called us over, so maybe it's just memorials, huh? I got the one Wheatie, so I might be Wheatie King today. I don't know. Let's keep on going. Low Tide Tim, he's been doing a lot of digging. What you been digging, boy?
Oh, a few pennies, memorial.
All memorials?
Couple dimes, 3 dimes. Missed silver by 1 year.
Dang. Yeah, I did 2 on a quarter. I think it's a 65 quarter. I've got like 3 quarters, 4 dimes, 5 pennies. One of them's a Wheatie.
Oh,
So
They're in here.
they're in here. So this area seems to be good right in here. There should be some wheats around in here. How's your body holding up?
Nothing ibuprofen won't take care of.
And a little bit of Chianti and some fava beans. We'll be back. Boys and girls, you can stick a fork in us, we're done. Remember, we're old. So we've been at it, I don't know, probably 7 hours.
Yeah.
And for old people, that's a long time. I don't care what anybody says. Anyway, we're going to do our little wrap up here on the tailgate. And Low Tide Tim got a whole bunch of pennies. What'd you get there, Tim?
Bunch of pennies, 4 dimes, and 1 Canadian penny. Of course, the gun and registration.
That was an interesting little piece right there. So we got, you know, we dug our share of junk here. You can see that's the junk we dug. Most of it a couple cans that I 86'd out into the bushes. But this is my take. There's some junk. You know, sell some other junk. My Pond's cold cream lid, which I think is pretty cool. And pennies, dimes, quarters, 2 quarters, about 4 dimes. Rest pennies. I had 1 Wheatie, so I'm the Wheatie king today. And so we had a fairly good day. It was fun anyway. We had a good time, and that's what makes the difference. And we'll be back at it again tomorrow. So I would like for you to leave a comment below, share the video, like the video, hit that little bell so you get notified when we upload a video, and subscribe to the Silver Surfer, and we'll see you on the next time.
Over and out.
Out.
Hey folks, Phil Myers here from Myers Metal Detectors, and in today's video I'm going to show you a new product that we carry, and it's really cool for relic hunting, coin hunting. It's a nice treasure pouch made by Omega Mill. And it's not often I get excited about a treasure pouch, but these are really made nice for relic hunting, coin hunting. If you take a look at that, you can see it's got mesh in the bottom, so any artifacts or whatnot you put in here is sandy, it's gonna drop out. It's got the if you look on mine, it's got a slot to put your pinpointer in it. Garrett or White's pinpointer, anything about that size is going to fit in there real nice. And it's made here in the USA by Omega Mill, and it's a really cool product. You know, I've always said in all my videos, get the right tool for the right job, and this is the right tool for a job when you're relic or coin hunting. You got to keep a couple bottles of water or something in your pouch here. Your cell phone, you can do all that. It's got pockets sewn and zippered so you won't lose things that you need. Put a little first aid kit in there because you just never know. You got to be prepared. So come check them out. $42.50, excellent product, and we're stocking them here at the shop. So stop in, see us, or give me a call. We'll ship you one. And it's made by Omega Mills. It's called the Relic Elite. It's available in the tan color and also in green. So if you have any questions, give me a call. Phil Myers from Myers Metal Detectors. Happy hunting. Hey folks, Phil Myers here from Myers Metal Detectors, and today I'm going to show you the Minelab Vanquish metal detector. As you can see, it condenses down real well. I love this setup that they have on it. This is the 540, and it's available in the 540 Standard Pack and the 540 Pro Pack. The Pro Pack comes with the wireless headphones and 2 coils. And this detector is actually an awesome detector. Now, Minelab makes the Vanquish. They start at $199. There's 3 different models. There's the 540, 440, and the 340. And these run simultaneous multi-frequency, very similar to what the Equinox does. So when you get down on wet salt sand, you're not going to have any falsing issues. you're going to go extremely deep, just as deep in the dry sand as you do the wet sand. So it's kind of a game changer for the entry-level metal detecting market, because these will run nice and smooth on the salt. And anybody who knows metal detecting have tried to take their detector, a single frequency detector, down on the wet salt sand, there are issues with falsing. These don't do that. It's really cool. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area, come in, check them out. Excellent product for entry level, all the way up to the mid-range. You know, before you get into the Equinox series, they're waterproof. These aren't. The coil is waterproof, but the housing, of course, is not. And the 540 has the wireless headphones, so you're not paired to. You're pairing it to the detector. You're not tethered to it, so it makes your hunt a lot nicer when you don't have to be tethered to detector. And these are awesome. I've used this out on the beach, and they run nice and smooth. Very simple setup on the display, and they'll do an excellent job if you're not interested in being in the water. So come check it out, Minelab Vanquish, and we have very limited supply right now. We might only have one of each one. So if you want one, give me a shout, because I'm sure they're going to go really quick. Anyway, Phil from Myers Metal Detectors. If you have any metal detector related question, just give me a call, 813-237-1939. And my email is flphil, that's FLPHIL, @me.com. Thank you and happy hunting.